Shotguns. They've had a bit of a mixed reputation in Call of Duty. On one hand, they're an excellent weapon class for close-range combat, and they're super satisfying to use. On the other hand, they can be really easy to exploit, especially over the last few years. Today, we are going to do an updated list. The 10 absolute best shotguns, hands down, in COD history. The definitive shotgun list. And just to make things a little crazier, we're going to include all versions of every game, meaning some of these will be usable, but others will be guns that were patched a long time ago. We don't usually do it in this format. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Chaos here. So you let me know in the comments which of these you thought was the absolute best. If you think I'm right, if you think I'm way off the mark, drop a like and do me a huge favor. I need 1,123 of you to go follow Chaos Comics on Twitter. Don't ask the number. Don't ask why. The link is at the top description. Right-click it and go give it a follow and let me know over there that you were sent from this video. We are growing and doing things over there and giving away a lot of cool stuff, and I want you to be part of it. 1,123 of you. I'll see you over there. Now, at number 10, we're going to go all the way from the top to the bottom. Well, the bottom to the top. You get it. The Spaz 12 in Modern Warfare 2. Now, if I'm putting the Spaz at the bottom of this list, you know we're going to have some crazy stuff coming up. Legendary pump-action shotgun. Strangely enough, in the secondary weapon category, despite being one of the best guns in the entire game, who knows? Fire rate, slow. Amount of damage, just insane. I mean, it allowed for one-shot kills from anywhere. It was also an exploit that allowed you to fire it quicker than intended. If you were good at that, it was top tier. Unlike some of the other guns on this list, the Spaz 12 was never patched, and you can still experience in its absurdity to this very day, assuming you can find a lobby of Modern Warfare 2 on console anywhere. At number 9, the Striker in Modern Warfare 3, it has been patched. Our first extinct shotgun on today's list. The pre-patched Striker in Modern Warfare 3 was one of the most ridiculous things we've ever witnessed in 2011. Now, it first appeared in Modern Warfare 2, but it wasn't popular. That was probably due to the sheer insanity of other shotties. Modern Warfare 3, though, massive buff. Brought it up to par. Sledgehammer went a tad too far, trying to make it better than its older brother. The original version fired 9 pellets in each shell, and every single one of those could deal up to 150 damage a pop. Then, you add a 12-round default mag with a very high rate of fire, super forgiving range, and you've got one of the most busted guns in Call of Duty up to that point. It was nerfed pretty quickly to drop the pellets per shot down to 6, which resulted in a severe damage drop. The modern version of it's pretty powerful. It's still probably the best shotgun in the game, but the original, oh man. At number 8, the KSG in Black Ops 2. If a gun like the KSG was in a modern Call of Duty game, it would only be a matter of days before it was nerfed. The outcry would be outrageous. First slug shotgun ever in COD. Still the best. Featured a very small hitbox, but insanely high damage that would practically always kill if you aimed high. At max range, it would deal only 75 damage. But it had a 1.5 times headshot multiplier on top of that. It gave it the best one-shot kill range in COD history, since its effective range and the one-shot kill range were the same. On top of all that, it came loaded up with a 14-round mag by default. Now, it took some insane skill to get good at, but if you knew what you were doing, you were practically unstoppable. It was a beast, and it was never nerfed. So once again, if you could find a Black Ops 2 console game, you could go relive that glory. At number 7, the Banshee in Black Ops 3. Now, it's strange. When it was first added to supply drops, people were divided. Since then, though, it's garnered a well-earned reputation in the community for being one of the most underrated guns in the game. Honestly, I think it's one of the best shotguns in COD history, even though it functions completely different from everything else. Instead of being traditional, it was your pump-action projectile laser blast. That sounds so cool. And it had some slow travel time, but it had a one-shot kill anywhere on the board. Now, it was super difficult to use, but if you managed to get the hang of it, you were unstoppable. Head to toe, it was a one-shot kill no matter any distance. It didn't matter. It did not matter. People took full advantage of the power. The only downside to it was the fact that it was locked behind RNG supply drops, so a lot of you probably never used it. At number 6, don't hate me. The 205 Brecci in Black Ops 3. It's one of the most hated weapons in FPS history. I know it, and it still amazes you and me today that Treyarch never nerfed it. It was a huge default mag, pretty high fire rate, ridiculous damage. It was hard enough to kill in 2 to 3 shots consistently. On top of that, you could do things like extend the range. You can make the magazine bigger, turn up the fire rate, and other stuff. It was one of the most broken weapons in COD. It wasn't that overpowered compared to other weapons in COD history, but because of how easy it was to use, it became one of the most spammed weapons in Black Ops 3. Why would you use a rifle that you have to aim when you could just fly around clicking the right trigger over and over and get the same results? It ruined Black Ops 3 for a lot of people, and any weapon with that kind of legacy, it's probably going to be on a list like this. Now we arrive at the top 5. The R9-0 in Warzone. It has been patched. Really unique weapon, first of its kind in Call of Duty, I think. Pump action shoddy, but it can fire twice before needing to be rechambered, but each shot carried insane power. Incendiary shells, put those in there, was a total nuisance in Modern Warfare's multiplayer, but in Warzone, whew, there was a period of time when it was one of the only things people were using. For a few months, the R9 completely dominated every single close-range scenario in Warzone. It was a go-to secondary weapon to take with you in your overkill class. It was eventually hit with a series of nerfs that brought it down to earth. But that meta, it was insane. At number 4, the Model 680 in Warzone, once again, it has been patched. Maybe a surprising pick. If you've been playing Warzone for a while, you would know. It's always been one of the worst guns in the game, right? This Modern Warfare pump action had a slow fire rate, and even though the damage was high, had the actual damage per second is one of the worst in all of Warzone. But if you were playing in August of 2022, you may actually remember that Raven Software very briefly tried to make the Model 680 more competitive. They went way too far with the buffs. For a very short time, it was absurd. The insane range and the addition of incendiary rounds, the one-shot kill range was one of the most ridiculous in the game, and people were dropping 20-plus kills with it on Rebirth Idling without even trying. It didn't last long, but the videos from this short era of the Model 680 dominance, they're there. They exist. Go look them up. If you didn't get to experience it, just go look. At number 3, the 725 in Modern Warfare 2019, it has been patched. I'll never understand why IW made the decision to make it so ridiculous, and I'll definitely never understand why they refused to nerf it for so long. Double barrel shotty can only be fired twice before needing to be reloaded, but the damage it carried when the game first came out, man, far more than it should have been. The 725 could one-shot people from insane distance, and since overkill was also completely overpowered when Modern Warfare came out, everybody was carrying it in their back pocket. It took multiple patches to get it to finally lose its top spot in the shotgun category, but those who played during the first couple months, they know. Insane long-range shotguns like this are always fun to use, but they're absolutely miserable to play against, so hopefully the 725 is the last overpowered one in COD history. At number 2, the Akimbo Marshal 16s in Black Ops 3, don't hate me again. Supply drops were hype. They were when they were first added to COD. We may act like we knew better in the moment, but back in 2014 and 15, these things were hype, and absolutely everybody was saving up their drops to try and get a new gun. Things certainly got out of hand after a while, but the early supply drop weapons had the community's full attention, and the Marshal 16 was very quickly becoming a topic of conversation. Shotgun pistol. Only fired once before you had to reload, but they carried an insane amount of damage for pretty impressive distances, and by running them in Akimbo, you would be dropping people everywhere, and since hardly anyone had access to them because they were in supply drops, they were very frustrating to go against. Nothing is worse than getting killed over and over by a gun that you can't use. And at number 1 today, the Akimbo Model 1887s in Modern Warfare 2, yes, they've been patched. I mean, come on. The lever action shotgun made you feel like Terminator, one of the coolest weapons in the original game and in COD history. Didn't take long for people to realize they were game-breaking. Dual wielding the 1887s gave you that ridiculous insta-kill range. It did. And it had one of the coolest animations loading every shot. IW left a lot of problems unfixed in the original Modern Warfare 2, but the 1887s were one of the few things they did get patched up, so unfortunately most of you probably never got to use them for yourself. But if you did, you and me know. There's no question. No other shotgun in COD history, no matter how busted, came close to the potential of the original Akimbo Model 1887s. There you have it, my friends, the definitive best shotgun list. Let me know one you think should have made it, and I'll see you guys soon.